Boppers. Welcome to another episode of Groovin Movies. I'm Eddie French and I'm here with Tom King.
Hello.
And Emma Tiswell.
Hello.
And we are talking, we've got a triple header today. We're talking about all three in what we call the Wax Chronicles. But that's...
Is that what we're calling them, the Wax Chronicles?
We are now.
Wax off. As we wax off. No, so it's...
The Waxology.
Waxology.
Can't even call it the candle couplets.
No.
God damn.
No, we're dealing with one film from, was it 1933?
Yes.
And then one from 1953.
That's kind of a direct remake, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then
pretty good.
and then 2002, is it? Or
2005.
Yeah.
According
2005.
to the Wikipedia notes that I've got in my hand.
No, that's
right
good.
Now.
They'll be handy for
We
the
do
detail.
some research.
2005 reboot with
Yeah.
Paris Hilton.
Yes, and
So
Chad Michael McFlurry. I'm gonna milk that for what it's worth.
Please
Chad
do.
Michael McFlurry.
Yeah,
Who's that?
Chad Michael Murray. Murray?
Chad Michael Murray.
Yeah, he was in like One Tree Hill on the OC or something.
Which
Like,
one was he?
old-
Was he the bad guy brother?
He was, yeah, he
The
was
older
a brother,
brother.
but he was like weirdly kind of nice, I think. Yeah. Anyway, we're skipping ahead to the.
We are, yes.
plot.
But these films, two of them, the later two are called House of Wax, and the first one is called The Mystery of the House of Wax. And found out, because I thought House of Wax was the 2005 one, was like a sort of a rubbish reboot or remake of the 2053 of the future when we get Vincent Price back alive again.
That'll be amazing.
It would be Vincent Price 1953 one, House of Wax. Although those two are pretty much unrelated apart from the title. Really.
What,
Yeah.
the Hilton one and the
And
Vincent
the
Price
Vincent
one?
Price
Oh
one,
god,
yeah.
yeah, there's very
There's-
little. There's a theme. There's a
wax
theme.
museum.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
The theme is the wax museums. It's just how it's handled, isn't it?
Yeah, and I'd say you don't really get to that until about the last 20 minutes of the film. So, like, it's definitely more end of.
Yeah,
But, you know,
they kind of set it up as a mystery, the last one,
Yeah.
don't they?
Hmm.
which is interesting.
Yes.
Kind
well,
of fun.
Well, that's it. Yeah, The Mystery of the House of Wax. I love the first one because, I think it was just around the cusp of the Hays Code when the American laws came in saying what you could and couldn't have in films. So it's still sort of treading around the borders of what you can and can't do. But yeah, it's got a gobby female journalist in it, which is great. It featured a line that we all recognised from a different film, where the woman's being accused of being like a hack journalist. Yeah, what's a broad like you want to go and investigate some crazy wax thing going on here? And she's like, well, I don't know, I suppose I could tell you. Oh, how's your sex life? So she's a brilliantly gobby broad, but she says, how's your sex life? Like Tommy Wiseau in the room. It was amazing.
Which makes it kind of exciting to wonder if he's actually researched it and gone, I like that film, I'm going to whack that in.
It would make sense if all of his dialogue all of the dialogue in the film The Room was just from him hearing lines he liked in other films and going, that's a great line. That's definitely going in my one.
That'll make it iconic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, Oh Hi Mark is actually from some Korean film that he saw and it's just phonetically just pulled that out and it means something like apricot in Korean or something, you know, he's just whipped it straight out and gone, that sounds great, I'd love to say, oh hi Mark. You know, I really like the first two Wax films.
Yeah, I thought they were really good. I love the nostalgia, love the reporter, she's just bloody great, and also the cameo of the frog was delightful.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the frog.
Yeah.
What was that? Just a frog is just there.
Just a frog in the basement.
Yeah.
You know, like a gremlin in the machine from the basement. It's fine.
Was it a normal frog? It was a normal sized frog. I can't remember the
I
frog.
think so. It really irked her.
Wasn't a giant frog.
It wasn't like a it wasn't like a monster.
No,
like
it
a
wasn't
monster
like she
frog.
kind of just like created this wax frog then just like.
It wasn't the creature from the Black Lagoon. She's like, huh, it's a frog, huh? Bet you think you're pretty smart, Mr. Ribbity Ribbit. And
Someone from the special effects department just wandered in
special
one day.
defects department.
Special
I mean, you know
effects.
what?
Did I say special
Like,
defects?
it's
Sounded
fine.
like
I said special effects. I might have said special defects.
That's why the frog wasn't working well. It was
That's
just
it.
constantly going.
Yeah,
Guy
that's
wanders
it.
in a
Yeah.
second.
There we go.
Hey guys, look what I created! I created a frog. See, I built it out of things I found in the back, and I think we should use it in the movie.
Well, he's the best special effects guy that we've got in town. We should probably keep him happy.
I think he did the post-wax melting scenes. That was his persona.
Well, I mean, that's that special effects technique that they used with the melting. Well, it was just melting wax though in that, wasn't it? But they then used that to great effect by filming it in reverse in like up until like Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark with the Nazis. They were just wax works that they melted.
And that's why it does look quite horrific if you think of those as being real people. Rather than just being a deformed face, you're like, you know,
And again,
really quite upsetting. But
they did make the anatomical Venuses in wax in the olden days, so you know,
that is true.
wax is an important, you know, part of our lives.
Yeah.
I never go a day without thanking wax. Absolutely correct.
We all use we all
Our
have
ears.
candles.
Yeah, candles.
We all have unnecessary amounts of candles in our house because we've all been to
IKEA.
Yeah.
Got the tea lights.
I get mine from Wilco's. That is.
Oh, you get yours from Wilco.
I'm cheap. That's fine.
Well, you know, mix and match, innit?
Oh yeah. They used
Can't
it.
always go to IKEA.
Oh god no. They used it to amazing effect in the last House of Wax film though, because that was delightful. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't know how much that was CGI and how much it was like actual, because I thought that the effects didn't bother me in any way.
Yeah.
Like I was like,
No, I
was
don't know.
alright with them. They were fine.
Do you know what? I mean, it's very odd because I remember at the time you couldn't say, in 2005, you couldn't say Paris Hilton without people going, oh, God, absence of everything, talent, personality, whatever. She's fine in it.
Yeah, she's alright.
There's no notable lacking quality between her performance and any of the other teenagers.
Yeah, she plays the part that she's been given to play.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know,
Which is that of a Paris Hilton without as much money.
Yeah.
It's basically who she's playing.
Yeah.
She's fun.
Yeah.
Seems alright, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You know.
But her death scene is actually brilliant.
Yeah, she's pretty badass in it.
Yeah.
And you kind of think, wait a second, why are you not like the final girl right now? What's going on here?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, you kind of think-
People were acting as if she was like the star in it.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
barely in it.
Oh yeah.
She's really not in a lot of it.
She gets bumped off well good as well though.
Oh,
Isn't
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
It's
It's
a
a
cracking
good
bit
death
of.
scene.
She gets piped.
it? Yeah. It's my second favourite pipe death after the bad guy in Schwarzenegger's Commando.
Oh
I've seen
yeah.
Oh, Bennett went, let off some steam, Bennett. Gets a pipe
Didn't get it.
through him.
Don't.
And
Did
it's
it?
just, yeah, he gets
Ooh.
impaled on a pipe,
Yeah.
and then there's steam coming through the pipe, and he
Nice.
and he just says to him, let off some steam.
That's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Don't get steamed.
Yeah.
Steamed hams from that Simpsons episode. He went through all of those,
Yeah.
and then they
Yeah.
went, we'll get the don't get steamed. Or the, what was it? Yeah, let off some steam. We'll keep that one.
Oh yeah.
But they, to be honest, the last 20 minutes or so of that
Yeah.
2005 House of Wax,
Oh yeah.
actually quite exciting, and also quite frightening because everything you step on is
Melting.
really quite liquidy wax.
Yeah. Like.
So that sort of running through treacle dream, you know, the not being able to run at full speed kind of feeling does come across in it quite a lot.
Yeah.
I think it looks so much fun sloshing around on that wax though. That looked
But
brilliant.
the thing they never acknowledged was the temperature that wax had to be that consistency.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, that's going to be actually burning you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because if you've ever dripped hot wax on yourself,
And I have.
and what? Always so early into the podcast.
Yeah.
Eddie's proclivities.
Yep.
Oh dear.
Hashtag Eddie's proclivities.
Yep.
Yeah. So it burns a bit, doesn't it?
It does burn. Yes, it does. Yes.
It doesn't half burn if you do a wax strip on you.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. It's a painful thing.
And if you're just, rather than that single wax strip of a small blob of it, you're just wading through it up to your ankles. It's a lot of.
Yeah.
That's a lot of hot wax.
They weren't that well burned. Very, very clear skin.
No,
they
they were,
Yeah.
I think that they basically just said the audience won't even realise that the wax is hot.
Let's totally ignore the temperature thing.
Yeah.
And just have they're about to fall down several stories.
No one was going to get burned.
I suppose we should sort of say that the first two films loosely based around the idea of a great wax artist, like a Madame Tussauds sort of standard, makes all of these amazing things, and then a dispute over insurance leads to a fire breaking out in a studio.
Which, to be fair, in both films, replicated beautifully.
Yeah, they were
cool.
so similar. But one of them had Vincent Price in it, so that was obviously better.
Majestic.
Yeah, it was beyond anything us mere mortals have ever deserved. And then you have this sort of investigation, and then all of a sudden, many years later, he comes back, but my hands don't work. They were damaged in the
fire.
So I've got this young man here who I'm teaching to do all of the and all of the. But people are going missing, and then waxworks that look like historical figures look just like the missing people, and I wonder what's happening.
What was up with the young man again? What was up with the young man?
The young man.
The protege.
The protege, yeah. Was he always a bit off? What was wrong with him?
I think.
Or was he just a normal bloke? Or was
I think in one of them he might have been a bit of like a sort of a simple character, like a Lenny or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, a bit like Igor-y, but like a thick Igor.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of. Yeah, he was.
That. Oh no, I think he was sort of desperate for fame. He just overlooked everything. He was happy to put a blind eye to it because he would end up getting very well paid and becoming the protege of the master. You know how important wax was in the old days. You could really respect a waxerist.
Waxer.
It was an artistry never before seen.
Absolutely, and also it is well worth pointing out. So, and then it's revealed during a skirmish. A lady gets kidnapped who's going to become Marie Antoinette.
He's a bit obsessed with Marie Antoinette.
Marie Antoinette is, for context, Marie Antoinette is his favourite waxwork from the original museum, which was just, he was like, really fawning over it, and for a fact he'd done it.
Yeah.
That was a special waxwork for him. When the doors were closed, Marie Antoinette was getting.
He had to iron the fingerprints out of her several times.
And he did have to wear a bit of cool patches just to stop any excessive heating.
The friction,
There was an underlying creepiness to his love of Marie Antoinette.
Especially played by Vincent Price. That was just...
Yeah.
It's like, when you've got a sort of quite a fat candle and it burns down in the middle, and then you can sort of slowly push the corners, the edges around.
Yeah.
He'd done that.
Oh yeah.
And then fucked it.
Yeah.
is what he'd done.
But he had to burn it just the right depth.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. He had to keep her upside down to burn it properly. It was a big mess.
And then the protege's girlfriend turns up, and she's the spitting image of
what
Marie Antoinette. Was that the second one or the first one?
I don't know, because according to the Wikipedia review, because of terrible memory, apparently it was Florence. But it was Florence's mate, wasn't it? Or was it Florence? Can't remember.
Oh, yeah,
it was.
Yes, it was. It was, and so then there's a bit of a scuffle, and someone punches Waxman in the face.
Yeah.
And then you see that his wax face breaks off, and he's just a hot, scarred, hideous monster.
Yeah.
And then he runs off crying, and everyone goes, and that's the mystery of the House of Wax solved.
Yeah. And it's all very...
and then they freeze for the credits, like police Squad.
Yeah, it's basically sort of Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah.
But instead of a white mask covering his face, it's a wax replica of his own face.
Yeah.
But wax replica which bizarrely moves like a normal face.
Yeah.
There's no suggestion that he works with latex in any way, shape or form.
Just because you're shit at wax doesn't mean other people can't manage.
Yeah, but what he's invented there is basically the wax equivalent of a T1000.
Yeah.
You know, a mimetic poly wax alloy that will mimic whatever it touches, and so therefore he
so an amorphous,
an enormous waxy, a sentient wax blob.
Which is impressive, because if you get a sheet of wax and you're playing around with it when it's in, very it'll break apart really easy.
Yeah,
so you got to get the right.
So to remain malleable, to use
Because one grin and you're screwed.
I didn't click during the film, which that's a good thing. Only afterwards you start thinking about these plot holes, don't you?
And this is why we all come together and selectively remember different bits.
Well, the great thing, and so that's pretty much the story of the first one and the second one.
If any of that made any sense whatsoever.
Piece that together. There are some differences though, because the first one, the sister or the woman in the interest, she's the first one. The main sort of woman who's investigating it is a reporter. She's basically like a blonde Lois Lane.
Yeah, she's a really sassy reporter.
Yeah, she's really, really cool. She's not frightened.
I'm going to get the story, see?
Yeah. Oh, well, maybe you boys are frightened, but I'm going to go right ahead and check it out.
I'm going to start with nothing to get this scoop, let me tell you that, boys.
Whatever, you crazy broad. Listen to me, Johnny. I'll get you your front page. And, she's amazing.
It's like if his girl Friday actually left the office.
Yeah.
That would be...
It's exactly like that, yeah. Well, if you want to do that so much, why don't you just go outside? Oh, no, I can't. I'm frightened. And so she does all of that. In the second one, in the Vincent Price one, she's just this sort of frail woman who just wants to know where her sister is. She just has to know. And it's sort of... She's
Where is my sister? What have you done with her?
And she's not in the least bit proactive or interesting at all.
No.
There's like...
I just can't remember a lot of her.
Yeah.
I remember Betty Boop more than her.
Oh, yeah.
I think
the Dolly Bird,
20s and 30s, there was quite a sort of a feminist uprising, and there was a lot of strong women knocking out. There was the votes for women and all that kind of stuff. So there was a really sort of strong.
Hey, Buster, we can wear pants now too.
That's it. Yeah. I can do your job just as well as you will, but I'll look damn good whilst doing it.
And I'm going to do it with a cloth hat on.
But then obviously the 50s version, it had gone back to that. Women are delicate flowers and
and the Hays Code also meant that women couldn't be seen to be stepping out of their place.
Or asking about anyone's sex life unrelatedly.
But you know what? No one inquired as to how they sated their own horniness in the second film, which is just rude.
You know what? Again, frogs. The frog was in the first one. God damn it! I can't even.
But they all melt. They all melt into one.
They do. But the great
wax.
Is that what you were getting at? The best. There are two excellent things about. I think I prefer the very first one because it's excellent.
Yeah.
I think the second one is great for two reasons. One, obviously Vincent Price. He's going to elevate whatever he does to Vincent Price levels, and really wonderful.
Check that out if you've not seen it.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're right.
Got to plug
Wonderfully
it.
flowery man.
Yes. Absolutely. And it gives off this sort of weird mid-Atlantic sort of. Very classy and all that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Always has a waxed moustache, whether he's got one or not.
Yes.
It's just there, ever present. And the other thing that's brilliant about it is that it was in 3D.
Oh, yes!
Yes, it was in 3D, very early 3D. There was so many prominent 3D stick out of the screen moments.
There are 4 scenes or so, maybe less.
There's the can-can.
Oh, the can-can! You're right.
I
forgot about that. Yeah.
The best bit.
They have these scenes purposefully for 3D. Now, people, when they brought back 3D as like 3D is here to stay. Maybe 5, 6, probably maybe 10 years ago now.
And, longer than that.
Well, maybe, but I can't remember. But
some time ago.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, I'm sure Lord of the Rings was in 3D. Because I've got Lord of the Rings: Return of the King limited edition Real D 3D cinema glasses.
Oh right. Oh well, in
Nice.
that case, you may well be right. But so so a long time ago. But people have said since then, oh, you can tell they just put that in because it was 3D. Like, not compared to House of Wax. So there's the can scene
That's
for the
right.
Yeah,
3D,
beautiful.
which is amazing. So lots of
Flailing
Legs being kicked at you.
frilly gussets
Yep.
and leg kicking and stuff. It's
Right in the face.
yeah, absolutely. But it's again, it's Hays Code era, so it's a very sturdy gusseted thing. It's not. It's more sort of like an entertaining way, literal knees up than
a cheeky
a
flash
salacious
instead of
one.
a
Cheeky,
dash.
flashier frillies and all that.
Sorry.
You know, nothing. Nothing.
Yeah.
What? I don't know what people are so offended about. But yeah,
No, it was
all that.
your music all of the day.
Yes, it was
Yes.
that kind of a vibe.
Yeah.
The kind of theatre entertainment that they used to enjoy back up the beers of old.
Yes, they did.
With
They
your
were-
cigarillos and
Yeah,
lots of
absolutely.
other things.
You'd just get an ice cream cone for the little ones, and Dad would have a good gawp with the legs going up and down,
It's right.
and then someone would come out and do lovely singing for Mother. And we still had enough money for a halfpenny home on the bus.
Sorry.
Father would enjoy his woodbines all day long.
Father would combine his woodbines to make a wood combined,
That's
and
right.
he would smoke it, and it would take him all day.
Father's lip was never shy of a woodbine. This is the second 3D thing that was just amazing. It's the guy. So they were kind of outside of a cinema or the wax museum. That was,
Yeah, it was outside. It was drumming up promo for the opening night of the what do you call it? Not display.
Like a premiere.
But it was the
Yeah,
premiere.
like the exhibition.
the
thank you.
inaugural.
Yeah.
The exhibition
showing.
was opening, and it was this
yeah.
return for this guy who, once was thought dead, and then was thought, his hands were so maimed he'd never function again.
Yeah.
But now he's found a way to make his
Yeah.
genius work through this young protege, and
They
so
thought he'd never wax again.
yeah, absolutely. but
He found a way to wax all right.
he waxed.
He waxed good.
Come and watch him wax on. Watch him wax off.
Yeah.
Wax off.
Oh man.
Yeah, man.
He wax off.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
He wax off.
Yes, Eddie, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
With his maimed hands,
Ugh.
he wax off.
Oh man.
So
it was slippery.
So this guy that got doing promo outside.
Oh,
but
yeah.
It's weird. Was he? Was he there? Was he a busker or
like
was he
a
selling
hype
them?
man.
Yeah.
No, I think he was.
He's like the MC of the Max Museum kind of thing.
But he had like.
He was like, roll up, roll up, roll up. Come and
Yeah.
see the exhibition of the wax off.
But to draw
Look
people
at
in.
my paddle in 3D.
To draw people in,
Yeah.
you know that the children's game, the paddle and ball. So it's a ball on a piece of
Yeah.
elastic, and you've got a wooden paddle.
Everybody loves you.
He had one of them. They must have literally just been invented because it was being used. But they used it to the effect. So that's was what they'd slotted it into the film just for the 3D.
Yeah. But it didn't just have one show in, it had like an encore
Yeah.
partway through
Multiple-
the film. Yeah,
multiple
so many times.
Paddle whackings
So
toward
many eyes
of the ball on the
popped out.
elastic just jumping
Yeah.
towards you
Yep.
in 3D.
The amount of paddles they must have gone through.
Yeah,
Bloody hell.
and they thought that in a film about in a film about a maniac.
I mean, it was quite vigorous with the
It was
paddles.
very
It
vigorous.
was, yeah,
I don't
no,
know
you're
what- I
right.
don't know what 1950s elastics like.
Oh,
Well,
God.
you see, in those days things weren't so disposable. Now you can buy a cheap paddle for pence,
Yeah,
a couple of decent whacks. When you
Boom.
get to pro, gone.
yeah,
You go out and you spend £25 on a high quality paddle.
yep.
You'll never buy another one in your life.
Vigorous paddling.
That is it's a life
Sorted.
paddle.
Yeah.
That one, yeah. I mean, you should get that one monogrammed because it will never break.
Yeah.
You could
Indeed.
take on Forrest Gump at ping pong with it, and you would be all right.
Yeah. A mahogany
Oh,
paddle
man.
or an oak paddle that's going to last you for years.
Oh yeah. Well,
That's
that's
it.
very sweet because it's quite a knotty wood.
But yeah, you think like the marketing campaign for that, the amount of people you're deterring. Actually, like how many people would they have genuinely got into the paddle zone like through the route into like safety.
It did turn the entrance into a sort of a mini gauntlet that you had to run in order to. And so there's like
to be worthy of the
there's sort of like women in fox stoles and gentlemen in like top hats and stuff.
Yeah,
and then there's just this guy going, come here, bang, 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 bang. Come on in, see the waxworks, bang, 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 bang. So annoying.
Yeah, Takeshi's House of Wax. Basically.
It's
and everyone's driving around in one of those things to like protect themselves. Sorry, Daddy.
Yeah, no, it's alright. Yeah, Craig Charles is taking you around it. So, yeah.
This is my Funkin' Soul. It's my Funkin' Pedal. I once nearly danced into Craig Charles, so he's a really nice. I'm kind of upset that none of us have now got paddles because that would really add to us.
If we gave us a brief period of the podcast,
give you a bit of sound effects or defects.
A podcast.
A podcast, we could do that.
Well, that would give you an idea of the bang, 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 bang noise that went on. This is assuming that any of us are as good at the paddle as that guy.
I'm okay at swing ball.
I used to be alright. I seem to remember having several of them throughout childhood.
You should have spent big on it, mate.
Yeah.
You should have what you did.
I know, but
false economy.
Disposable ones when I should have got an oak one.
That's
you go to Oak Furniture Land, they sell good quality paddles. You've seen it on the advert, haven't you? Oak Furniture Land, buy those paddles, 50% off before Christmas.
Is that why they called it House of Wax? Because they're just constantly whacking people.
Paddles.
Yeah.
Just
that's why it was, because they were whacking the paddle.
Yeah.
That's why now I'm fine with it.
Do you know what? Films never used to do. A modern film would have told you that. We are modern film watchers and we had to work it out. It took us ages.
No exposition in that film.
The 1950s audience would have been straight away, wax, get it?
Yeah.
They'd have been we're so stupid compared to the past.
They didn't need exposition in the past.
Yeah, we did watch it a while ago.
Bad.
That's true. Yes. If you heard our previous episode, the Pet Cemetery one, we're up on it. We know all the names of everyone. That's because we literally walked out of the cinema, sat in Tom's car, and started recording. So this one we didn't watch it super recently, so that's why. But I definitely say all of them are worth a watch.
Mm-hmm. Even the last one.
You
could skip a bit.
Oh yeah. You can.
It's pretty much fluff.
It is, I think the last one you could chat through, and you wouldn't really, like we did, yeah. We were sort of quite. We actively enjoyed the first two, and we weren't super silent or anything. But we were still watching it. Whereas there were big chunks of the third one where we were just sort of going, might make some dinner after this. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. You alright? Do you want some dinner? And sort of, maybe checking an email that came through and stuff. And we didn't miss any of the nuance. No. Not that there was.
Let's just clarify, we were watching this in a house.
Oh, yeah.
We weren't being cunts in the cinema.
Yeah.
This wasn't a triple bill that we were just dreadful through. No,
And for the first hour, you're basically just in a tent or in a gas station. So you're really not. You could do that in any venture of your life.
Yeah, absolutely.
But without Paris Hilton.
House of Wax 2005 is massively different to plot-wise.
So different.
To the extent where they could have just called it Wax, or something like that, and people would have gone, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Because it was about it was some teens who were out camping. Because it was 2005, so the horror film started with some teens who'd gone out to practice sleeping in tents and fingering.
Spring break!
And then one of slips and falls in a big pile of
dead deer,
animal carcasses.
Just awfulness.
And it's like, and then there's a weird looking bloke in a pickup truck.
He's coming to dump more of the grossness.
He's a typical hillbilly looking motherfucker.
Yeah. And the big twist is that he's like a perfectly normal man who just hunts and slaughters deer for venison and dumps all the stuff there. So they're like, oh, it's all bodies and people. It's like, no, them's just deer. and like helps her out and is pleasant.
Yeah, that's just where I put the stuff that I don't need from the deer carcass.
I don't need none of that no more because I eat the good stuff. Now you won't get out of there, little lady. That's all bones and gristle. You won't like it none.
Pretty much that.
Yeah, just exactly that, but with more eyeballs left.
They go off and try and find, and there's nothing in this town.
They need a new. No, it's not. It's a fan belt for a Dodge Charger.
Oh, beg your pardon.
Yeah,
do they not have like AA or
Oh, they have AAA in America. The American Automobile Association.
They got the batteries.
Alcoholics.
I seem to remember there was no phone signal, or they didn't have it was pre-cell phones. They had to wait in town because they needed a new fan belt for a Dodge Charger.
Yeah, fair. Apologies.
And so they go, and it's abandoned. And so they go, but they're all at the church doing a thing, and they walk in and they're like, hey, everyone who's here at the church, can we have a fan belt?
Was it Chad that was quite polite? One of the guys were really polite and like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
actually, it was
Chad Michael McFlurry was the one at the church, wasn't he?
Which to be associated with McDonald's, fair.
Yeah.
So there we go.
they've got an image to keep up, obviously. So their public relations is going to be really good.
And then a pinch for a funeral.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stellar.
Ba 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 ba. We're burying it. So we're mourning.
We're digging it. No, that's the Frankenstein's monster virgin.
Yeah. So they get, and he says, "Look, we're in the middle of a funeral. I happen to run that place.
I'm the garage man.
I'm the garage man." Which is my favourite Cramps song, I'm the Garage Man. And they go, well, we'll meet you at the garage and we'll fit a thing. And then they just start hearing weird stuff in the garage and start investigating it. And it turns out everything is wax and people are wax and And then they end up running around the old wax museum, which is called the House of Wax.
Not the wisest place to have a gas station and a wax meeting. That's,
And then she ends up at his house, or like he's kidnapped her and he's going to try and wax her.
Yeah.
Not remove her body hair, but recreate her in wax. Sorry, I understand that the verb to wax already exists, and it's not. It doesn't apply in this. I'm not saying she'd have much body hair left after being waxed, but. In this case, but yeah.
Didn't check their eyebrows after or anything, or like the hair out.
No, that's true.
But then again, they were, anyway.
Yeah, and then, it's kind of hard to remember what happened in it because it was so...
It was quite fast paced once it got going.
Yeah, and that took a while. But it basically got through all the plot it needed to in probably 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And the last 20 of that was this escape from a building that was entirely made out of wax. Like it literally was a house of wax. Every single, like the stairs and the floor and
glasses.
The sofa and everything was made of wax. Yeah. And just sort of everything was made of wax. They had clear wax to make the windows and stuff, and they just sort of had to escape from it. But he was trying to. I think she got stabbed a few times by like scalpels or something.
Yeah.
Someone got their Achilles tendon cut, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a classic. Someone leaning through a. Oh, that happened in Pet Cemetery as well. There's a lot of Achilles tendon cutting. Oh, yeah.
It's a very easy wincer. One. That one's very easily winced.
Oh, because like a few.
Because if you scrape it or whatever, it's wretched. Yeah. Ooh.
There's like a few fish hooks and stuff kind of pulling people. There was some weird contraption going on.
Oh yeah,
a bit sorry.
A little bit. What do you call it? A little bit Event Horizon-y, which isn't my favourite.
It's fine.
I've seen worse, but it's still not nice. Yeah. But there's that kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
But so overall, I definitely think that they lowered in quality for me from 33 through 53 to 2005.
Oh yeah.
The last one was complete bollocks, but I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the ending. I thought that was actually had a bit of tension. There was, but they basically got rid of everyone except for the evil man and the main two.
Like the brother and sister.
The brother, and it was brother and sister as well,
which was quite nice.
Which was kind of unique. In I'd forgotten about that actually. Yeah, it wasn't. So there wasn't a romance thing there, which is kind of cool because it would so easily be that. But so that was all right. And then like the cop from the other town show up at the end, and It was
Yeah.
like, oh, we'd often wondered why this town was weird and smelt like candles. Like, oh, it turned out everything was made of wax.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
Looks like we'd better get you on to the next town and get you a fan belt. You hot?
pretty much turns out everybody dead.
Yeah.
Oh, they've been dead a long time. They just made of wax now. So peculiar.
Man, the fumes are burning that. Bloody hell.
Yeah. It's just paraffin oil all over the place. So yes, I'd say definitely 1933.
Yeah.
Mystery of the House of Wax. Proper good fun.
Get on it.
Really, really good. Vincent Price 53, of course, is Vincent Price. Give it a go. And if you want to see the Paddle Man.
Yeah. It's worth it. It's just that.
It's worth it for the paddle man.
Yeah, it's worth it to sit there. You can make a little game of it. To finish your drink every time there's a scene that was there exclusively for the 3D.
Yeah.
You won't get too drunk. You'll be all right.
Yeah. Unless you do it terms of
You'll be, so,
Shots per paddle.
Shot per paddle. Oh, no,
man.
that's the hardcore one. That's just a bottle of vodka each.
That's like the Ring of Fire of wax films.
The Wax trilogy. The
Triple wax.
Triple Wax.
Triple wax.
The Triple Wax, which I think is some sort of
dare you take on the triple wax?
It's available now at Burger King. It's three replica patties.
Oh man.
The Triple Wax, which I think is a figure skating move, but I'm not sure. Oh, and he's landed the triple wax. Look at that. Oh, such elegance. I'm sure it's brilliant. It'd be like Yuri on Ice, which is a great series for anyone who's interested in anime.
I thought you meant Yuri Geller. Sorry.
No, I wish. No, sadly not. Oh, now
he just glides on spoons.
Now I hate Yuri on Ice because it isn't Yuri Geller, and I used to love Yuri on Ice. Oh well, never mind. Never mind. That's okay. It's just a young man finding himself through figure skating, but now I want an Israeli sidekick to be it instead. So we recommend all of them, but the first two much more so as actual good bits of cinema, and the last one as a perfectly good thing to chat through.
Whilst
eating
just get
if
you want to do that, or eat whatever you want.
I'd say a perfect time to watch House of Wax is when you're housebound, like really ill or something. When you've not got the time, it's not like you're wasting the time. Yeah. When you've actually got no choice but to watch television or something like that, then fun movie.
Then House of Wax 05. That's for them.
Yeah.
Or if you're the sort of person who has like a Halloween playlist of films and you give some time over to films you've not watched before, you could make it one of those and you wouldn't be too upset by it. It'd be all right.
It's a good in between.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
Bit of a palate cleanser between the actual good ones, but whilst in keeping with the spirit of it. So that was Groovin Movies. If you want to email us, then have you forgotten that we were recording this?
Yeah.
That's all right.
We're just having a nice chat.
We're having a lovely chat.
So good. So you can contact us on groovinmovies@gmail.com or at Groovin Movies on Twitter and Instagram. Instagram's the one we use generally. So we'll see you next time. It was House of Wax.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah, do all that stuff.
If that's a thing, I don't know.
It is, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe and tell people about it. You can, review us if you like.
5 stars, always 5 stars.
Do you know what? 5 is the easiest number to click.
It is the easiest number.
2005 stars.
2005 stars. We expect that by the end of the week. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. 1933 can get us going. That's fine.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you know what? If it was 1933 stars,
fine.
Do you know what? That's more than we could ever ask for.
Yeah.
Except it isn't because we were asking for 2005. So so that's all good. Tell people about it if you enjoyed it. If you think someone would dig our chat on these kind of things, send it to them. Thank you ever so much. We'll see you later, Boppers. Bye bye.
Ta-ra.
Groovin Movies featured Tom King, Eddie French and Emma Tidswell and is part of the Discount Comedy Checkout Network. For more information go to www.comedycheckout.com. Thanks for listening.